Hey guys, in today's video I want to test the world's biggest racket. I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on this racket. It's the Gamma RZR Bubba. And this racket comes in at 137 square inches and at 29 inches of length, which makes it the largest racket in the world. And guys, take a look, just to give you a comparison. This is a 98 square inch racket, and take a look at how big the Bubba is. But it's not only big in the head size, look at the length. This is a 29 inch racket compared to the standard length of 27 inches. Now the Gamma Bubba racket has been around for a while, and it was designed by Dr. Ferrari. And originally it was actually 32 inches in length, which was allowed back in the day. But the racket was so powerful, which made the ITF change the rule to 29 inches. So 29 inches is the maximum allowed length for a tennis racket. So guys, I'm super excited to test this racket out. It is a light racket as well. Some of you might think that the racket that's this big would be heavy, but in actuality it's 9.6 ounces, which is 272 grams. So it feels really good just swinging it in the air. So let's see how it performs versus a high level Division II player. All right, Milan, you ready to go?
Yes, yes sir.
M or W?
M.
M? W, I'll serve.
Okay.
Are you scared?
A little bit. The
A little bit?
big.
I'm scared I'm going to take out some of the windows in that building. My concern is the control. Let's see what happens, okay?
Yeah, I've never seen a racket like that.
It's a crazy, biggest racket in the world. And guys, I'm really scared I'm not going to be able to control the ball, so I have to gain an unfair advantage with the M or W trick, which works most of the time. People don't pay attention to the racket brand that you have. Now Milan, you know this wasn't a Wilson racket, right? Because I said M or W, I tricked you. Yeah, it's the oldest trick in the book, man. Can I still serve first? It's okay? I need any advantage I can get. Thank you. Oh my God. Guys, by the way, this is the first strokes I'm hitting with the Gamma. I wanted to be really surprised. Right when I started the set, I actually warmed up with my racket. Oh. Sorry, I was late. No, I was supposed to go in the middle. So the first impression is the power is quite insane. There's a ton of power in this racket. Yeah, I need the 32 inches. I can't get off the ground, man. It's too short, this racket. Now I strung this with the Kirschbaum Super Smash polyester string that I usually use, and I strung it very, very loose, 40 pounds, so control appears to be an issue from the baseline. No. Come on, Bubba. The thing is, when I connect, it's good.
Yeah, right.
When I don't connect,
It flies out, yeah.
yeah, I got problems, real big problems, because there's tons of power from the baseline. When you connect with the ball, man, does it go.
Yeah, right.
It goes, it gets so freaking fast. But you have to make good contact. If you hit hard, you catch it off center, it flies a lot.
Yeah.
And on my, it's so weird on my serve. I thought I would be serving so much better, but I'm mistiming my serve.
Yeah.
But it's still early in the set. I might get into a little bit more of a groove.
Yeah, and it takes time to, get used
Yeah.
to it.
So guys, all this is me trying to get used to all the power in this racket, because the power is tremendous with this racket. When you connect with the ball, it goes incredibly fast, which, for example, on the slice, I'm having a hard time controlling my slice. It's just sailing on me. And the same for the ground strokes. I'm gonna have to learn to control the power. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better groove on the serve. I'm trying to understand how to use this racket. Milan, that's a crazy kick, man. What a kicker, dude. Woo! Right above my head. Got it!
I make it, I can come there. Come on, run!
Good?
Yeah.
Thank you. Milan, you know what this is?
What?
You know what this is?
Yeah.
It's the brake light.
The brake light?
The brake light is blinking.
Really, the brake?
Yeah, the brake light is on, man. No, 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 no. I am so fast. Lightning speed. Come on. long. Oh, good. Good. No, just kidding. Hey. Hey. Come on. Great shot, Milan. I'll tell you what, Milan.
Yeah.
Rackets can be so mental because I think I was down either 2-1 or 3-2 down a break, and
Yeah.
you said you were playing well with it, and that actually gave me confidence.
Right, yeah.
So you gave me confidence. Now I'm starting to believe that I can play well with this racket.
I played an amazing last 3 games.
Yeah, I'm starting to really feel it. I'm starting to
I'm
I'm starting to like it, man. There's a lot of power coming out of this thing.
I'm telling you, I feel like the last time we played, I was able to get to the balls
Yeah.
much better because you had more spin and more control. But this one, if you're having a good day, wow,
Well,
you can be a killer.
The only problem is control. Like you said, footwork is crucial. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Hold on, Milan, hold on, my friend. You got it. Little backhand, man. Millimeter on the line. What a back. Yeah. Wide.
I gave him this one.
You were surprised I went to your forehand.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You ever went to your backhand a lot.
Exactly.
This will caught you off guard. Milan, what do you think about this climate, man?
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
It's almost
You
unplayable.
sweat so much.
It's almost unplayable.
Yeah.
It's borderline unplayable.
And it's obviously it's very hot, but it's the amount of sweat too.
It's
Like,
crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man.
yeah.
You know what though? Like this racket for, let's say like somebody who's like a older person, like
Yeah, right.
let's say like 60 plus,
Yeah.
maybe they have mobility issues. This racket is a dream, man.
Yeah, right.
It's so easy to get power. You don't have to do that
Right,
much.
yeah.
It's really a nice racket to play with for the recreational level. I think the reason why you don't see rackets like this at the high level is the control. It's just not enough control. The most
Yeah.
important thing is control.
They already hit so hard.
And within that, like indirectly, you can get a lot more power with a racket that doesn't have power.
Right.
Same with the strings. This is usually the case. The deader the string and the deader the racket, the more you can swing out on the ball, and therefore you can hit your maximum speed, because nobody in their right mind would hit maximum speed with a racket like this because you would miss so much.
Right.
So naturally you start tempering your strokes and you start slowing down. So that's why a heavier, more flexible racket with something like Alu Power, really dead string, is what almost everyone plays with on the tour, because they can crack the ball as hard as they want to without sacrificing control.
And
That's,
you put your string on the racket, though, right? That's your
I
string?
put my string, but
Yeah.
I strung it way too loose.
Yeah.
So I strung it at like 40 pounds.
Do you feel like when it comes to performance,
Yeah.
level, racket or strings are equally important, or do you think one is more important than the other? I feel like personally strings are very, very important.
I think strings are more important.
Exactly. I feel that too. Exactly.
I think, like, I made several videos on that. The racket material has remained the same. It's basically graphite. Yeah, they changed it a little bit.
Head size.
Well, that too, and they changed a lot, but they tried graphene, but graphite's been the material since the mid 80s that's been used. And the strings are the ones that revolutionized tennis in the early 2000s. That's what changed everything.
Yeah.
It made the game so much more powerful, and it destroyed serve and volley tennis.
Right.
The spin and the power increased drastically for the same reason that I told you.
Yeah.
Strings are so dead, you could swing out as much as you want. That's why Andrew Agassi, the first time he tried Luxilon at the tournament in Rome, he said that it should be renamed Cheetalon because he didn't miss a single ball in like 2 hours. You know? And just picture Agassi like ripping the ball.
Yeah.
He can rip it as hard as you want, and that's the strings allow you to do that. No, long. Ah, you got it again, Milan, man. You're precise today. Long. Ah, get in there. Ahmed Michael. Yeah. When it came to crunch time, I was absolutely not able to control the ball at all. Not at all. I think it was because a little bit of tension. You slow down around the contact zone, you start spraying like crazy. Exactly. That's what happened. So there it is, guys, the biggest racket in the world. I thought I played pretty well with it, but I do think that a high-level player will find challenges with this racket because there's simply too much power. However, if we're talking about the recreational level, this racket is phenomenal. And look, guys, the goal of Dr. Ferrari when he designed this racket was to make it easier for recreational players to get access to power. This is absolutely a tremendously powerful racket. In fact, it is a little bit too powerful for me because, as you saw in today's video, I had a hard time controlling some of my shots. But if we're talking about the recreational level, especially players who are a little bit older, who might not be able to generate their own pace, this racket is absolutely fantastic for those type of players. And honestly, I can see myself pulling this out when I'm teaching lessons because it's so much fun. I gotta tell you, all you gotta do is touch the ball and it just flies. So the Gamma RZR Bubba gets a pass from me. It is a fantastic racket.